So I just jumped in the Tech Yes Mobile and I have road tripped over 9 hours to see a custom PC builder, Designs by IFR.
What's going on, man?
And ever since I've seen his work, I have been really wanting him to do, or collab with him, basically. I'm not gonna lie. I've been wanting him to build me something custom, bling bling, and show worthy. And then ASROCK, last year, they sent over the Z490 Aqua and they said, Brian, we'll only send you this board if you do something special with it. And I said, sure, I can try. I'm gonna try and do something special with this and build my dream PC. And this got the Tech Yes City logo. For years, I've been really wanting to have one of these flash PCs. I've been saving up, and finally, we've got the chance to do that with today's build, where I'm gonna employ the services of Designs by IFR, and he is gonna help us build a Z490 Aqua, and we're gonna get the BIOS update on this thing, and we can then maybe in the future put 11900K in. You have to wait for that and see how that performs, but we got an RTX 3080 and Corsair. They sent over the RTX 3080 water block, so we're able to do a custom water loop with a 3080 build here. And this is just going to turn out, we're thinking like a white and red theme, and we're gonna just document all the steps involved for you guys. And then, of course, we'll give the build a dedicated showroom run once it's finished with overclocking gaming performance. But this is gonna be the journey of the new Tech Yes custom gaming PC by our man here, Designs by Face Roll. So here's the preliminary. What we're doing right now is just planning out and mapping out how this build is gonna look like. So we put the CPU underneath the block here for the motherboard. We've put the block on the RTX 3080, and it's like, this little RTX 3080 looks so cute now. Ooh. But in the background there, Corey is doing the logos, where we're gonna have 2 logos featured on the build here. The Tech Yes City in red going across here, and then the etching on the front glass is gonna be a yes going down the front there. And this build, I've decided that I'm gonna go predominantly with a white and red themed build. So the GPU loop is most likely gonna have red going through it, pastel red, and the loop for the CPU will have white. Now, I've got a little bit of a difficult way of doing things, because we're gonna have a 360mm rad at the front, 240 at the back, but Corey's like, what do you wanna go with on this build? Corey's like, what are you thinking here? And I was like, well, I wanna go a little bit, kind of like, I don't even know if it's one of those like symmetrical things or something, because traditionally wanted the pipes to go up like that, but I was like, well, how about we mix this one line in with this line and mix this other line in with this line. So we're gonna have a bit of a white and red themed contrast, and then the red on the LEDs on the RAM. I just think that'll look so pop-a-loppin'. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start getting to work, but we've got to first cut off the holes here so these tubes can run through and the top part of the build can start getting underway. Let's do this. So here we are now on day 3 of this build right here, and we talked about these, I think we talked about these before, the inverted pipes here, which Corey said, look, what do you want to do, Brian, with this tubing? And I'm like, well, instead of going straight up, can we like do some fancy inverted bends where they come and the pipes then sort of go backwards, because we're going to go like front, back, front, back, front, back, front. And he was like, yeah, I can do that. And he did it. And Corey's like just smashing through this build now to the point where we've now got this top plate on here, and then we're gonna route all these different connections to each other, and then that'll be the most hardest part of the build done. And I know what you guys are thinking, it's like, let's get through this build so we can see all the water going through, but the process and the journey sometimes is a lot more fun than the actual build itself. So we're just gonna keep on working on this now. So we're gonna try and complete this bit here, then we'll update you guys. And after over half a day later, we're now with a little bit of an update on progress here. We got the front glass with the etched Tech Yes City logo on there, as well as a chevron pattern. That is going to look absolutely amazing, I think, once the RGB starts lighting up and shines through it. And the front's going to look just as good as the center of the build, and of course the top of the build, which, looking at this, it's really interesting because Corey suggested that we go with this design. And I mean, I'm just like, Corey, taking your leeway here, taking your advice, because he's the water cooling expert. And I gotta say, this thing is coming together so nicely, where the top of the build now is also gonna be a separate showroom piece of its own, because we're going to lift up, well, we're actually in the process now of lifting up this top glass panel here about 16 millimeters, because once we put these top tubes on here, the glass won't sit flush anymore. So we're in the progress of doing that. We had to take the double-sided tape off, and that was really tedious because Corsair used some extremely hard to take off double-sided tape where we had to use a heat gun and a scraper to get that off. But now we're in the process of raising that, and so once that's raised, this top part of the build will also be another feature point, and that also takes away from clutter and connecting all the tubes inside the build itself. So it allows this to be more cleaner on its own. So that's just looking absolutely mint so far. But what we're gonna do now is finish off this top panel where we've actually got to respray it a little bit, and then we're gonna be connecting the inside of the build up, and then hopefully we can get this thing filled up by tonight. But we're also in the process of thinking of some names for this build. I'm yet to come up with one yet, but we'll think of something.
It's stuck on something. Hang on, it's the bin.
I just spilled the bin everywhere.
Oh, what?
Wait, what? Okay, that's all people need to see. They don't need to see my face. Hit them.
So like and subscribe, guys. Comment down below, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. By the way, Brian has Patreon, so sign up for that as well, and all that good stuff.
Hey.
Did somebody say? Menu log.
Okay, what do we got? Oh, well, the build's got to be in shot. There we go. Okay, well, I'll just poke my head out here. You can do
It's like, if you put it on like tiny bit, and then you come over here.
Wow. Okay.
You
so
can
there we
poke
go.
out like a bit of a creep if you
I'll poke
want.
out, yeah. All right, guys. So we are now finished the synthetic sewer. That's what I decided to call it. What do you think of the name?
Mate, it's unique. That's for sure.
We had a really good time building this thing, even though, albeit Corey built most of it. It was absolutely, like, it turned out exactly how I really wanted it to turn out. The red, the white, the pop, the LED lights are there. The performance is going to be there. We will show you guys the whole build, how it performs. That'll be my next video. Corey's going to break down this whole build on his channel with his usual type of montage and going through everything he's done in order to get this build to look as good as it does. But what do you think? What's your personal thoughts on this build?
I like it actually. I like how we did all the tubing. I thought that was pretty cool. We haven't done one like that in quite a while. And there was like a couple of unique bends. You're like, you know, your special request, getting it over the reservoir and then back up. So like, yeah, let's give it a go, eh?
So that's, yeah, when Corey asked me how I wanted these bends to be, I had this vision in my head, symmetry, math. And that's what kind of came out. It's like the, it's like a sewer system, except it's not bad. It's a good sewer system.
That's it.
So that's how it's all worked out, and the plumbing's there, and it's absolutely phenomenal. This build was worth the drive, the 9-hour drive down. Definitely worth it to get all this work done from Corey. It's been absolutely phenomenal, guys. So make sure you check him out on his channel, Designs by IFR, where if you guys want to get into the world of water cooling, he has all different sorts of things he does, from custom painting to making panels up to making unique designs, labels, acrylic, glass etching,
all that good stuff.
So it's absolutely mind-blowing to see how much like extra work goes into these builds besides just your regular connecting up the pipes. And
that's the thing, a lot of people don't recognize some of the small details that go into it as well. So.
And that's like just the build itself. I'm pretty sure Corey could do a custom water cooled build in a day, just the main works of this, but all the extra little things going into it.
Yeah.
Like he had to cut out the whole top here, put the glass on the top, and extend
make the
it.
Risers.
We're even going to do some other finishing touches in this build still. There's still a little bit to go inside that's going to make its way into the final cut. We're doing that now, but we're going to close this off because I will have to leave Sydney, unfortunately, in a couple of days after return to the Gold Coast.
After a few more menu logs.
Yeah, so look, we've been getting delivery like a G. See, it has been good because I'm not going to lie, that does save a lot of time. So, man, anyway, back to but it's been an absolute pleasure to do this build with Corey, and his work is some of the best, if not the best, I've seen when it comes to custom water cooling. So I'm definitely going to be, when I get into doing stuff like this, where I make myself maybe a future build, I try and do this and ask Corey for hints along the way, because some of the things he did, man, was just like, you have to see it to believe it, the way he works. His work ethic is on point. That's as much as you see the guys like, yo, hit the subscribe button, guys, hit the like button, and all the sort of mate, how you going, mate? They're behind the bogan. There is a bit of a well, actually a lot of dedication and planned, concise work, and it really shows in his builds. So, but anyway, guys, we'll be doing also. I'll try to see Gear Seekers, another YouTuber, while I'm down in Sydney here. And thank you so much, Corey, for helping us out. And I love just working with other YouTubers. It's so much fun to see how other people do stuff in the land of tech. Of course, parts like this, the RTX 3080 and especially the RTX 3080, the part shortages on graphics cards and the crypto thing. As soon as I got this founders card in, I had planned to do a custom water loop. This custom water loop, believe it or not, has been in planning for
talking about for a bit, eh?
I think since 2019. That's how long. As soon as I met Corey, and we met in 2019, as soon as I met him and we had dinner and drinks, I knew I needed to we had to collab. That was the plan. So it's been that long that we've finally been able to plan something and get something done. So really stoked about this build. I absolutely love the way it turned out. And yeah, there it is. Stay tuned for the next part series where we're going to be showcasing this thing and what it can really do and see how high I can overclock it as well in terms of FPS, what it can do. So I'm hoping it can beat an RTX 3090 as well. So I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty sure I'll get to do that. So thanks so much, Corey. And anything you want to say to the viewers before we get on out of here?
So guys, make sure you leave a like, make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Peace out for now. Bye.
Peace out for now. Bye.